Hey, DJ Vinyl Vertical here. Welcome to my channel. Real quick one here. Um, we're approaching Record Store Day in about a few weeks, and I know the past few weeks I said, "Oh, I'm not going to be doing any purchasing of any records until Record Store Day." Blah 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 blah. And I've lied to myself so many times. Consequently, lying to you. And I don't think I'm alone in that. So I'm not going to beat myself up for it, but whatever. I am being very cautious and I'm being very careful, and I'm also purging. So I'm actually selling stuff, which is pretty good. I'm kind of trying to balance it out, um, but I'm also saying to myself, well, that means that you just can't go overboard. You just can't go overboard, Record Store Day. You just can't because you don't have the room, you don't have the money. It just doesn't make sense. You don't have the time to listen to everything either. That's the other thing. And I don't want to do FOMO. I end up doing FOMO all the time, and I've got to really. There's got to be a drug to get you to not have FOMO. I guess it's something like you have to go to the gym. You have to like exercise your mind and say no FOMO, no FOMO, no FOMO, and you got to keep saying that to yourself. So when the day comes, there you just say, come up with your little list and keep to the list and don't look at anything else. And if you forgot something, oh well, you forgot it. Too bad. Because if it shows up and you see it and you go, oh, I forgot about that one, and say, well, you know what? It's not on your original list, so that's it. And that's what I'm going to do. Because usually what happens is I see stuff that I didn't see before, and I forgot that was on the list, and I go, oh, I got to get this now. I'm not doing that this time. Plus, guess what? The best thing is I'm working. I'm working all day at Daddy Cool Records in St. Petersburg for Record Store Day. I'm going to be working early in the morning. I'm going to get there early, help out, at the door and stuff like that. Getting people in, getting people out, getting people to the records that they need. And also, afterwards, later on in the day, because Foreigner is going to be performing, I think, that weekend. And Lou Graham is going to be hanging out at the record store signing records. So that's going to be really cool. And I have to be there kind of like helping with that. So I'm going to be busy all day. So I won't have time to sit around shopping. I won't have won't have time to be bouncing around to other stores and getting what I didn't get here and that kind of thing. So hey, I think I'm safe. I think I'm safe. We'll tell you after Record Store Day what happens. But in the meantime, this is not a Record Store Day video. I'm just blabbering on. I was at Barnes and Noble today. Record stores pretty much were all closed today, but Barnes and Nobles was open. And I usually can't find anything at Barnes and Noble because usually the prices are too high. But I'm always looking to see what they have, and sometimes they have something cheap or whatever. But they had a bin that said everything $20, and so I was going there, and so I was seeing the prices weren't $20 on the record. So I asked the salesperson. I said, can you just do a price check for me for some of these records? So I gave her a whole stack. And most of them didn't say $20, but there was a few that did. There was some that I really wanted. Like they had Lauryn Hill, which I don't have. They had a Pixies record there. They had a whole bunch of Tame Impalas. They had a Coltrane one with Thelonious Monk, I think it was. And I was like, damn. But it wasn't, They also had a Boz Scaggs that I had never seen before. And I should have gotten that one, but I couldn't. When I put it back somewhere and I couldn't find it. So I was like, okay, it was not meant to be. So, but I did end up getting 3 that were below $20. And I thought, oh, these are things that I probably, if they were very expensive, I probably wouldn't get. But I decided since they're under $20, I'll do it. The first one is a double record, James Brown, which I don't have a lot of James Brown on vinyl. I have a ton of James Brown on CD. I think I have almost his whole catalog on CD. But I don't have a lot on vinyl because it's really hard to find. I want to find OGs of his stuff. I don't want a lot of collections. I want the albums, and those are hard to find in good condition and reasonable. That's really hard. I've gone to many record shows, and every time I see James Brown, it's always very expensive, especially if it's in good condition. So this is Jungle in the Jungle Groove. And basically, what this is, it's a new day, funky drummer, which has been sampled a million times. Give It Up or Turn It Loose remix. I Gotta Move was previously on release. Funky drummer bonus reprise. Talking Loud and Saying Nothing. Get up, get into it, get involved. I love that mono version. Soul Power re-edit mono version, and Hot Pants. She got to use what she got to get what she wants. All on this record. It's a double record, and I'll just show you one of the discs. It's clear vinyl. It's got the Polydor with him with an afro. It's really cool. So I'm really happy to have this. And they have the polyline sleeves in there, which is really great. So I didn't have to do any upgrading on that, except to put an outer sleeve, you know. So that's really good. Really cool record to have. And then, let's see. This was a Barnes and Noble exclusive. Yeah, and that's the back cover. Then I didn't know much about this. I'd seen it around many times, and I know this band a lot because they're Florida natives. They're Florida guys. And this is J.J. Grey and Mofro. I really dig them a lot. The later albums have gotten a little too, not swampy enough for me, just a little bit too on the countryside. But this record, and it's a gatefold. The James Brown was not a gatefold. And this is a record called Olusti. Has about 11 tracks on here. Written, arranged, and produced by J.J. Grey, who's the leader of the band. He's also the vocalist. I believe he plays piano as well. And this is done with I guess with an orchestra. Yeah. Oh yeah. I think so. Looks like it. It looks like there's a lot of, maybe it's a quartet or something like that. No, there's a lot of violins and stuff. It's done with, a lot. Entire Budapest Symphony Orchestra. Yes. Budapest Symphony Orchestra's on this. So I don't know this record at all. He wrote all the songs except for Seminole Wind, which is the cover. But I love the cover. It's really nice. And I might even do a little video telling you about this record because I don't know anything about it. I have not followed them recently. But it says here, Alligator Recordings, genuine house rock and music since 1971. JJ's first album in 9 years. This was in 2024. It's about 2 years ago. And let's see, a deeply rooted blend of southern fried rock and swamp funk, richly evocative lyrics, plain-spoken blue-collar American music. And that's NPR saying that. And remember, at I believe it was at the last record store day, not the Black Friday, but the regular record store day last year, a year ago in April, I got this. Oh no, not this. Oh no, this is Grey Boy. Where is that? I'm showing you the wrong thing. J.J. Grey, Mofro. I guess, well, it doesn't matter. Yeah, I don't have it here. I thought that was it right there. Sorry about that. That was a mistake. Anyway, so I had Mofro out earlier. I don't have it now, but anyway, Mofro had that other album, Orange Blossom. That was in the last. I thought that was it, but that was Grey Boy. That was at the same record store day. But Orange Blossom was the other record that I had just gotten at last year. So this one I got at Barnes and Noble for under $20. Very happy to have that. Ignore that little glitch. I'm not editing that out. That's reality. Sometimes you make mistakes. Finally, a record that I wasn't going to pick up because I didn't know anything about it, and I haven't been following this band for a while. I was always enjoying them, and I always enjoyed the shows and stuff, especially the leader, who also has solo stuff, Connor Oberst, excuse me. This is the record by Bright Eyes, Five Dice, All Threes. It's a double record, Barnes & Noble exclusive, ghostly blue vinyl. I don't know anything about this record. It's a gatefold. It's the back. I know nothing about this. This came out 2 years ago, also on Dead Oceans label, and it is ghostly blue vinyl. So I'll show that to you. This is really cool. Look at that. Isn't that luscious? Isn't that delicious? Yeah, really nice. Really, really nice. I really dig the way that looks. So I'm going to listen to that sucker probably sometime this week when I get a moment. Maybe tomorrow night. I think tomorrow night I'm going to listen to some music. I'm going to listen to some music tonight, but this is not one of the ones. But I will listen to this very soon, and I'll get back to you on this. I'm sure I'm going to enjoy it because I just love Conor Oberst's work. He's got that quirky vocal style, and he's got really interesting, weird lyrics. And he's always kind of innovative in terms of his instrumentation, and he's always doing something interesting and wild. And it was his great guests on his records. If you've ever seen a show, a Bright Eyes show, you know what I'm saying and what I'm talking about. They're very theatrical without being overly, Broadway-ish. I mean, he does these really interesting shows, just like Iron Wine does. They have this staging that's very interesting, understated, but always interesting with certain kind of lighting or backdrop videos and things like that. Beck does the same thing too. They do this very subtle but very, very interesting staging, which I really enjoy. I enjoy that. I don't like when there's too much stuff going on, like backup dancers and pyrotechnics and all that. Just a little bit of film, a little bit of lighting, a little bit of something on the stage to distract you a little bit. That's cool. I dig that kind of stuff. And Bright Eyes is very good at that kind of thing. So 5 dice, all threes. Limited edition Ghostly Blue Vinyl includes the singles Bells and Whistles, Rainbow Overpass, and all threes featuring Cat Power. There's other guests on this record too, but I know Cat Power is definitely on this record. And if you know anything about Cat Power, she's really cool, very interesting. So those are the three from Barnes & Noble, under $20. Nice to save some dollars. And when I looked at the pricing, the regular pricing on them, I'm like, yeah, I saved a lot of money on these. So I'm really happy, especially for double, and 2 out of 3 of them are double records. So that's pretty cool. Under $20, that's a good deal. Anyway, have a good evening and keep listening to great music. Bye.